Woo! Wow. Wow. Let me sit up. What's good, y'all? I was just about to fall asleep. I decided to watch Blexit, Atlanta. I used to live there, y'all. I used to live in Atlanta. It is definitely a chocolate city, one of the chocolate cities in United States. If you don't know what chocolate city, I mean like a city with a lot of black people. I think Blexit was like 3 hours. Excuse me. Let me get up so I can properly record this video. But wow, I'm looking at this and it's pretty strange actually, um, and awesome at the same time. And I say that because I fast forwarded the Blexit video to the part where she was speaking, and her granddad is in the was in the audience, and he didn't get to go to her wedding, and so she ended with this video of the wedding. Actually, looks pretty awesome. I should have finished watching the rest of this, but I just had to shoot this video real quick because I wanted to share a little bit of my thoughts as a black man. Um, when the video first started, I already knew that she was had already been married. I still call her Candace Owens. I guess she's Karen Candace. I forget the last name already, but um, when the video first started, I had like this knot in my stomach because she's been well, Blexit. You know what Blexit stands for? It's the Black Exit out of the Democrat Party, and strangely, I just seen a movie or a series, mini series by Alex Haley called Queen, and with Halle Berry, Raven Simone, uh, Halle Berry's who's mixed, Raven Simone who's mixed, Jasmine Guy who's mixed, uh, Jesse Juicy Smollett. Jesse Smollett is in the movie too. But when it got to the part where it showed her and her husband who's white, I had a knot just come in my stomach. Oh look, there's Baron Crump. That's what's up. But anyway, it just felt weird. Wow, look at all these people that are there. Sorry, y'all. I'm still watching the end of the event. So, I see the Brandon Tatums. I see um, some of the people that's been part of this movement. But I wanted to explain to you guys that my initial emotional response was triggered because she was marrying a white man. And I had to check myself. I was like, wait a minute. Why is there a part of you that's like bothered by this? And I have to be honest with how I was raised. The black culture seed is so strong. It is a strong thing to break from. And I only could at that moment just imagine how many black people who aren't on that road to freedom, free of thought, free of the monolith, free of the culture that keeps you down like crabs in a bucket. And to be free, to be who you are. When I saw that, I had a triggered emotion, and then I checked it, and then I had some memories of when I was younger, and I'll Mid Texas is a predominantly white and Hispanic. Uh, West Texas is predominantly white and Hispanic. There's blacks out there, but it's predominantly white and Hispanic. And my family is a huge family. The Mayfields are huge um, in numbers. I have five uncles and five aunties, two sets of twins, uncle and auntie. They're both two sets of fraternal boy, Disco, Ernest Jr., and Ernestine, and then Christy and Chris. Lots of black people. I was raised black. Uh, very very strange though, because even though I was raised super black, I mean super black, meaning like when I'm at home and during the summer when we out of school, BET was on all day, watching BET videos, um, Rap Cities, Video Soul, Planet Groove. Um, I was definitely raised like a Democrat, like and um, not saying that racism wasn't prevalent. I experienced a little bit. I experienced, I was part of that whole. I definitely felt the whole stigma when I was growing up, uh, and but when I got into high school and 17, when I ran to the church because I started experiencing things at 16 that was very cause confusing me. And I ran to the church, ran to the youth group, and really got radically transformed by the Holy Spirit. And I started dating this girl named Nicole, who was in our youth group. And I honestly thought I was going to marry her. Uh, she was my black queen. Uh, I still got love for her to this day. And I just had to put everything in God's hands. But I just remember still battling my own sexuality and all that stuff. I know who I am now. Satan has still done a number in my mind when I was a kid, uh, or society, or however you want to blame it. But I'm in the kingdom. I'm a new creature in God, and all things have been made new. And I understand God's plan, and that's what it is. But there was a moment when, after we had separated, after we broke up, um, I was noticing a lot of white women, white girls at my school were attracted to me. Um, and I never, I never ruled out the fact that, hey, I may marry a white woman. I may have, mixed children. Because I was attracted to them too. I remember a couple of them, but I was so broken as an individual, and I actually remember um, when I was when I was in my younger years and I was dating a lot of girls, because that's just what we did growing up, and I always wanted to be like my brothers. So I had a lot of girlfriends growing up, and Hispanic girlfriends, white girlfriends. I remember this white girl I dated in fourth grade and fifth grade, and her name was Christy. And I remember sixth grade when I broke up with her because I found out that she was sleeping with an 18-year old. So, I had my history of dating and all that stuff outside my race, whatever that means. And then just getting hit in the face by black culture, and as you get older, you start to see the war and realize what's happening, what's going on. This race war, this all this, I didn't see my fair share of what would you do videos. And I've been around a lot of people who have their ways of thinking. And then just culturally here in America, we've always had this thing with identity and dating outside your race. And yeah, I remember in seventh grade when I went to San Jacinto, and I was attracted to this. I don't know if she was Hispanic and white. I remember exactly what she looked like. I was very attracted to her, and I wanted to date her. And she told me, she said, "I like you, Jermaine, but my dad won't let me date black guys." I remember how crushed I felt too, because I really liked her. And I remember dating this real dark chick. I forget her name. She was beautiful. But that's when I started to have questions about my sexuality and my attraction and all this stuff. And it started coming very subtly until I got to 15 and 16. And I didn't know what I was attracted to. I mean, it was a very confusing time. And, to not have a father and not to have someone guide you, you can fall into any type of sexual identity and stuff, which I did. I struggled with a lot. And in some ways, I always have to stay repentant and stay remaining God to keep me from falling into those traps. Um, I was very suicidal because I didn't want to be that way when I started having same sex attraction. The first person I was ever attracted to uh, as far as a man was a white guy in my math class. It was the strangest thing. I couldn't believe that was happening to me. I went through a period of making myself throw up because I thought it was something inside me. I could just throw up. I remember um, beating myself up. Like I would punch myself, I would pinch myself, I would do stuff physical to try to maybe trigger because it was something up here to try to maybe trigger my mind. Say, hey, that's wrong. You're supposed to be thinking that way. I mean, I have six brothers. My mom had seven boys, and I have a sister. She's the baby. So yeah, it just had an effect on me. And so when I saw that she was marrying that white guy, yeah, I had a trigger. But then I also have to realize that why do we have these boundaries? Why do we have these confines of skin color? She's free to marry who she wants to. Whoever she falls in love with is who she falls in love with. I was just so triggered when I was watching it. I don't know, it was news on Fox and all over the country doing these Blexits, mass black exits, fighting for the black community, talking about the black fatherless, father absence in the home, and you know the abortion rates in the black community, and then I look at that and I see she's married a white man. It just for some reason it had just this instant trigger, and I had to check myself like, what the heck is that? You know, she's eventually going to have children. They're going to have beautiful children, and it's not fair to them to have to sit there and be in a society that judges based off of skin color. And that man, he ain't racist. He marrying a beautiful black woman. He gonna take good care of her, and he also sounds like he's not even American. Look like he sound like he had a little British accent or something. But I commend him for taking that courage to be like, hey, I love this woman. I don't, she black. I see her color, but I think it's beautiful. I don't see the separation. I know my skin white, but we're human, and He's a handsome guy. She's a beautiful woman. Why shouldn't they be together? Okay, reconnecting. So I thought about just doing this video. Maybe somebody watch this, and we're barbecue Becky. Barbecue Becky. Uh, barbecue Becky was so funny. But let me end this video. I'm already at the 16-minute mark. I don't like to do these long videos, but I just get carried away because I want to share a lot. First of all, I'd say this: I hope to be married one day. I don't care who it is. It could be an Indian woman. It could be a Mediterranean woman. It could be an Australian woman. It could be a South African woman. It could be someone that I fall in love with that accepts all of me, all my downfalls, everything that has happened in my past, and accept me for who I am now and where I'm growing to be. And I'm praying for that. I'm praying that God will, one day hear my heart and grant the heart desires of my heart. I would love to be a dad. I would love to have children. I would love to have a family. And I'm actually just kind of getting excited thinking about that. That'd be wow. That'd be amazing. Looking like right now, I'm single. I ain't dated in a long time. I ain't even looked today because I've been so broken for myself, trying to get myself together and find a career. Been fighting in this tennis um, journey, and one day, one day, I pray that I wake up and that day is upon me, that I found the love of my life. I'm ready to settle down and have children and raise them. Hopefully, Christ will have not returned yet. But also, I'm hopeful that even if He does return and everything happens after that, I can still have family. I mean, God loves family. I don't see why He would stop that after putting Satan in His place and everybody else that wants to follow Him to hell, even though they have had the opportunity to accept Christ and understand what this war is about. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Uh, be, keep me in prayer, in your prayers. Stay prayerful for the fires that are going on all around the earth, uh, especially in California and Amazon and Brazil, and the wildfires that happen here in Australia. I'm here in Australia right now. There's some fires going on, and even in Britain and England and Africa, South Africa. There's fires all over. So let's stay prayerful for our Mother Earth. And all right, guys. Talk to you soon. Love you. God bless. Grace and peace.